The real reason Finland took action against Simon Ekpa has been revealed as Biafrans react. Some critics have emphasized that advocating for self-determination is not a call for war, pushing back against accusations that such efforts incite violence. They stated that many people in the movement are allegedly being deceived or manipulated, failing to recognize deceit when it is in front of them. They accused some members of the movement of sabotaging efforts, listening to deceitful narratives rather than focusing on the real struggle. They defend key figures in the movement, particularly Dr. Ngozi Orabi, arguing that she has consistently worked for the cause despite facing attacks and insults. Simon Ekpa and other individuals are accused of working against the interests of the movement, either through personal gain or misguided efforts. There are questions about financial contributions and the proper allocation of funds, with accusations that some critics have never actually contributed. Those living abroad face distrust and are accused of enjoying a privileged lifestyle while making decisions that impact those on the ground. Some individuals within the movement resort to threats and blackmail against others who refuse to align with their perspective. They criticize those who are more focused on online debates rather than addressing the real issues affecting people in the homeland. Despite betrayals and challenges, they express belief that the struggle will be won through divine intervention and the right people stepping up at the right time. I've always believed that when people fight for something as dear as freedom or self-determination, they don't set out to incite chaos. Many voices in our community have repeatedly stressed that calling for self-determination isn't a declaration of war. They argue that what we are really after is justice and the chance to live in dignity. And yet, here we were witnessing a clash of opinions and actions that threatened to undermine the very purpose of our struggle. The news about Finland taking decisive action against Simon Ekpa didn't come out of nowhere. For many of us, it was the culmination of mounting tensions and accusations that have been swirling around for some time now. People in our movement have been pointing fingers, not just at one person, but at an entire network of individuals who they believe are leading us astray. In the midst of these accusations, one name stood out, Dr. Ngozi Orabi. Many hold her in high esteem because she has continuously worked for our cause, even in the face of relentless attacks and insults. Her dedication seems to contrast sharply with those who are accused of sabotaging our efforts. You see, there are serious claims that certain members of our movement have been more interested in their personal gain than in the collective well-being of our people. Some argue that these individuals have manipulated our shared vision by allowing deceitful narratives to take root among us. There's a belief among many that the very people who should be leading us toward freedom are in fact obstructing our progress through their selfish actions. It's hard not to feel a deep sense of disappointment when you think that the same voices that once promised hope now seem to be more involved in stirring up controversies than in building the future we so desperately need. As I listened to the passionate words of some of our leaders, I could feel the weight of their frustration. I recall one speaker who said, "Self-determination is not a call for war." He wasn't just reciting a slogan. He was pleading with us to see that our struggle is not meant to lead us into endless conflict, but rather to give us a chance to reclaim our dignity. He talked about the deception that many of us might be falling prey to, how we are being misled by those who twist the truth and sow discord among us. It was a raw, unfiltered expression of the pain that has accumulated over the years, a pain that many of us can't shake off, even in our quiet moments. He went on to say something that has stuck with me ever since. He questioned how long it takes for someone to recognize deceit. It's a question that feels both personal and universal. How often have we, in our desire for change, been too eager to believe in promises without scrutinizing the motives behind them? When someone is so entrenched in their personal ambitions that they're willing to manipulate and deceive, it creates an environment where the true enemy, oppression, and the struggle for genuine freedom gets lost in a sea of infighting. This narrative wasn't just about accusations, it was about accountability. Some voices in our community pointed out that while there is constant talk about the need for contributions to the cause, many of the critics complaining about the misuse of funds had never actually contributed themselves. There was a recurring theme: the disillusionment with those who live far from home and yet make decisions that affect the people still struggling on the ground. The speaker's words painted a picture of betrayal, a betrayal not just of ideals, but of trust. I found myself thinking about how money, something that should be a tool for building our future, had turned into a weapon used to control and divide us. There were accounts of funds that were meant to support infrastructure and aid our people being diverted to personal luxuries, or, even worse, used to silence dissent. It's a painful irony that the very resources intended to help us build a better tomorrow could be so easily corrupted. The conversation then took a more personal turn. One speaker recalled a moment when he had sent money to help a brother in the East, only to later discover that the money had been misused. Instead of being invested in much-needed development, it was used to buy a bike that, according to him, ended up being involved in an act of violence. It was a stark reminder of how our contributions, made with hope and trust, could be exploited by those with hidden agendas. This story resonated with me because it wasn't just about the misuse of funds. It was about the heartbreak of watching our hard-earned resources used against our very aspirations. As the discussion grew more heated, it was clear that some members of our community were resorting to threats and blackmail. Instead of engaging in meaningful debate about our shared future, these individuals were using intimidation to force others to adopt their views. It's incredibly disheartening to see the movement we cherish, built on the ideals of unity and self-determination, become a battleground for personal vendettas and power struggles. When voices are drowned out by those who care more about online battles than the real issues on the ground, the true message of our struggle gets lost. What struck me most was the recurring belief among many that, despite all these betrayals and challenges, the real breakthrough in our struggle will come through divine intervention. There is a deep-seated conviction that when the right people step up at the right time, the tide will turn in our favor. The speaker's voice, full of anger and sorrow, resonated deeply with me as he recounted how some members of the movement, instead of uniting to solve our common problems, choose to engage in endless online debates. These debates, he argued, are a distraction from the critical issues that need immediate attention. The real challenges, lack of proper infrastructure, inadequate health facilities, poor road networks, and an absence of essential services, are being sidelined by those more interested in airing grievances than in finding solutions. It's as if some have forgotten that our struggle is not just a political one, it's a fight for survival and dignity. I remember him saying that even the government, despite facing its own challenges, is doing its best to support us. Our cabinet, he noted, remains focused and is working diligently behind the scenes to bring about real change. Yet the actions of a few detractors threaten to derail these efforts by constantly stirring up controversy. The irony is palpable. While some are busy criticizing every move made in our favor, the people truly dedicated to our cause are quietly building the foundations for a better future. This stark contrast between noise and substance left me with a profound sense of urgency. Time is too precious to be wasted on petty squabbles when so many lives hang in the balance. I was reminded of the saying that actions speak louder than words. In the midst of the chaos, it became clear that those who have consistently worked for our cause have done so not for recognition or personal gain, but because they believe in a vision of a free and just society. Dr. Ngozi Orabi is one such figure, a beacon of hope amid the storm of accusations and distractions. Her unwavering commitment, even in the face of relentless criticism, underscores the truth that our struggle is bigger than any one person or faction. It's about the collective will of a people determined to reclaim their future. Yet the narrative was not without its complexities. There were those who questioned why the same woman who had devoted herself so tirelessly to our cause should suddenly become the target of baseless accusations. It was as if some were trying to deflect attention from the real issues by focusing on personalities instead of policies. The arguments became deeply personal, filled with bitterness and a sense of betrayal. One could sense the underlying tension, an internal battle that threatened to tear apart the unity that our movement so desperately needed. In the midst of all this, a recurring theme emerged, the idea that money had become the root of many of our problems. There were passionate debates about financial contributions and the proper use of funds. Some accused certain critics of never contributing a penny, yet they were the ones loudly decrying every financial decision made in the name of our struggle. It's a painful irony that, in our quest for freedom, some have allowed the lure of personal enrichment to overshadow the greater goal. The money meant to uplift our communities instead became a tool for further division and mistrust. I found myself reflecting on the stories of everyday people, those who contribute what little they can, month after month, hoping that their sacrifices will one day lead to a better life. Their voices often get lost in the cacophony of online debates and power struggles. They are the ones who face the daily hardships of life in our homeland, the lack of basic amenities, the constant threat of violence, and the struggle to keep hope alive in the midst of despair. Their stories are the true heartbeat of our movement, a reminder that what we're fighting for is not an abstract ideal, but a tangible improvement in the lives of real people. One particular account that struck me involved a woman who, despite the heavy criticism directed at her, continued to support the cause in her own quiet way. Her silence was not a sign of weakness, but a powerful testament to her resolve. While some chose to shout and use inflammatory language, her presence spoke volumes. It was as if she was silently keeping track of every move, every comment, every injustice, ensuring that the real work of liberation continued, even when the noise threatened to drown out the message of hope. I couldn't help but be moved by the conviction in the speaker's voice when he talked about the role of divine intervention. He believed that, despite the betrayals and the distractions, our struggle was destined to succeed because a higher power was watching over us. This wasn't just blind faith. It was the culmination of years of hardship, of seeing people rise again after being crushed by injustice, and of witnessing the relentless spirit of a people who refused to be broken. It was a belief that even when the numbers of our armed forces or supporters might seem small, the real strength lay in the righteousness of our cause and the unwavering determination to see it through. In one part of his passionate address, the speaker lamented the fact that some individuals, even after joining the movement, quickly turned their backs on the true purpose of our struggle. They were accused of being in it only for the personal benefits, the money, the fame, the lifestyle, while those of us who have borne the true cost of this fight saw every setback as a personal loss. The speaker recalled a time when he had personally contributed to the cause, only to feel betrayed when he discovered that his money had been diverted for purposes that did nothing to further our shared goal. It was a reminder that trust is fragile, and once broken, it can lead to a cascade of doubts and disillusionment among even the most dedicated supporters. He also questioned the role of those who live abroad, those who are perceived to be enjoying a life of relative comfort while making decisions that directly affect the lives of people still enduring hardship on the ground. It's a complex issue, one that has long been a point of contention within our community. On one hand, the diaspora plays a critical role in supporting our struggle through financial means and international advocacy. On the other hand, when decisions are made without a deep understanding of the daily realities our people face, it can create a disconnect that is both dangerous and disheartening. The speaker's words served as a stern reminder that our movement is not just about lofty ideals, but about addressing the immediate needs of our people, needs that must come before any personal agendas. Throughout his address, there was an undercurrent of anger, a simmering frustration that many of us share, but often find hard to articulate. It was the anger of watching our dreams being derailed by internal conflicts, of seeing resources squandered on petty squabbles rather than on building the future we so desperately need. Yet, amidst this anger, there was also a palpable sense of hope. The hope that, despite the betrayals and the manipulation, the core of our movement remains unyielding. The belief that when the right people step forward, guided by genuine love for our homeland, nothing can stand in the way of our liberation.
I'm here. I don't want to say it the way it is because the money they need to pay me. Who? Pay me for what? You know, it's unfortunate that those that should reason, thinking this is the problem we have had in the zoo till today, that we are losing many lives and our life is upside down in that part of the world. Just like the guy, our brother, who came to speak about a threat of those with that stick is in their hand. This has been our mentality. We think we know, but we don't know. But those that know, you don't want to listen to them. And those that you claim that they know with a spirit of sabotage, you bow to listen to them because they come with deceit. I don't know how Nigeria sorted our people to know how deceived catches them so easily. But positiveness, they just don't do. That's why I ask Efe, how long can it take you as a person to recognize deceit? He couldn't answer the question. How long can it take you to understand when you are being deceived and when you are being lied to? He could not be able to answer that question because if he were able to answer that question, I can be able to know what's the problem. Because right in your face, you are being deceived. Your pain of today is being caused by your own contributions. Whether you are doing it deliberately or ignorantly, is something that you have to search your heart to understand. You wake up, somebody jump into the mic, being a woman, started to telling me that how can I be there? A man like me, a woman is deceived. A woman is saying this. That I say I love Biafra Defense Force. I love PM. How can a woman? But how can you say that I love PM? I love Biafra Defense Force and hate Ngozi Orabi? How can that be possible? And if you look at the activities of Ngozi Orabi all this year, from the day she stepped into Biafra's liberation, go and check her activities and go and check every comment. Even when she's silent, her presence speaks a lot of volume because she's watchful and keeping record. Even some of their meetings I saw, she does not speak. But when the camera show her eyes speaks a lot of volume, love of what she's doing. But those who open their mouth to call names, when they speak, that tells you that they didn't come for what she came for and what PM came for. This is simple. There are few Biafrans who have this, some who still have this aura in them, who can be able to see when they are watching. And there are few who have lost it out of their foolishness. But when I try to explain this thing to these guys, they don't want to wait. Then I start going into their profile one after the other. One after the other. To my greatest surprise, join 2024. Join 2020. Where did all these people come from? Who come to tell me something that, let me not go too far, from a position of PM room, where we will call, what's up will go off. PM will say, who wanna call in with normal call? I was among you who called with normal call. PM did not try to tell us that he's in charge of the forces, but we saw the truth. And Mazen Kano, the prophet himself, said it. Biafrans does not need to be confused. They see. And you are there shouting, Ngozi Orabi is evil. Can you tell me one evil this one have committed? And before you tell me that evil, tell me that you have met her face to face. Or she have done one evil in your family. And she is the reason why you don't have electricity in your village. and the running water, an adequate hospital, viable roads, adequate schools, no researching center, your no defense, no. Is she the problem of this? But when all this thing was put in place, including Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Simon Ekpa, and many great Biafrans worldwide, who jump out in the media and start ranting and pointing finger at the same woman who has been in the corridor of this controlling of the calmness we have gotten in our land. How come suddenly you started pointing and they see you as a human being? You couldn't ask, why are you pointing finger at this woman? What is going on? And somebody came out and tell you that he has communication with the defense force. Oh, why did Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was not in that group? Why PM didn't answer at the early time? But she is aware of everything that is going on there. She is aware of it. When she coming on board on absence of PM, because if you look at the cabinet, we're not talking about your position. We are talking about capacity and capability to lead at that particular critical moment. Who? I didn't say that Biafrans that they are not capable, but who made the move when Biafrans was in sorrow? She. Who made the move for most of the travels that, even the one that concerns PM? She. They will tell me that Nkere went to Capitol Hill. Yeah, Nkere went to Capitol Hill. Maybe at that particular moment, he's one. At that particular moment, and with his cunning and deceit attitude. I don't hate him, but I hate his activities in Biafra liberation because we all want to go home. Some of us are not interested for money anymore. I don't need money. Some of us are not interested. Some of us are not interested of living in a foreign land. We are interested to go home. But some of you are interested to come on Twitter space and sleep there and get whatever they give you. Some of them are, almost majority of them say that we are being paid. We are being paid. Then saw our brother, Christopher. He's a European rep. They say, the position I've been looking for, I've gotten it, I'm being paid. They don't even know who this man is. They don't know who he is. They don't even know his contributions. And even those working with Christopher before, who was supposed to be online, maybe to take that position, she jumped out of the thin air for no reason. Being Orabi, some of them don't even know what's going on. If you ask Orabi, why did it? Orabi could have been in that position, but she jumped out. Poof. If you ask Orabi, now what is your problem that you jump to join illiterate? She doesn't have no reason. That is the problem. They don't even know where the problem is coming from. Common reasoning. You open a space, you have a pain. I came in for us to discuss about this pain and see how we can join force and support USB. And you started ranting, mentioning name of somebody who is somewhere, chatting one girl you meet in Finland, how they can meet again. And you call it your acting prime minister. Go and ask him if he's still chasing the same girl. What do you people know? You are telling me that you're much on ground. I am more on ground than you people, some of you that live here. Because let me not go there. But yeah. So, my dear people, if these guys continue in the way they are going, they are not helping themselves. The government can only do what they need to do and putting things in place. But calling the same woman that is working for us names, because the world are listening, it's not healthy for our, for them, because I don't think they are relevant. Because if you check some of them now, why they are not bothered about the update and accountability of the Biafran people's money, because some of them never contributed into that fund. So go and do your findings right now. Those of them that are ranting there, I know some of them. I've encountered them in different ways. Privately chat, privately, I know what they are in for. So someone who don't have no pain, as they They don't know what Biafrans are passing through. They don't know why somebody like Dr. Ngozo Raboze will live a beautiful life and a family, her great job, to come and receive insult from you, and you think that she's happy about that? Someone like me now, I will leave everything I'm doing to come and receive insult. Someone like European rep, Christopher Kenwa, you think that somebody like that will have you people time to come and receive insults from you? I'm talking about somebody I'm very close to, very, very close to. Somebody like our own secretary for security, homeland, Secretary Dora. You think that someone like that will leave everything they are doing in Canada just to come and be receiving insults from you guys? And many more. You think that? I don't know how these people think that they will come and time they're supposed to have meetings, work for Biafra and do their personal things, relax. When they go into space, you are calling their names. I come into the space, you are telling me how much I'm collecting. What kind of money? Is this all about money? Well, some of them that have bread there, if you are listening, my dear brother, the pains that we have, you that is speaking there,
because they are talking about money, because that is what they are doing. Because
that's what they're doing. It's just
yeah,
like
that is why they are doing, because because that is exactly what they are doing. They are fighting for their pocket. Do you think it's easy? Most of them they are paying $400 to €400 every month. Do you think it's a small money to them?
I don't know. I am not interested in what they are paying them, but it's better they collect the money and shut up. I was there when they were playing Ugo 247's voice. Ugo was sending out a message that could be a beneficial for them if they really want to work for Biafra. But the message was twisting in the other way around. And the person that is playing this voice, do you know where Ugo is coming from? He's safe in Spain.
Since day one, Ugo 247 has been in a truthful side, right from DOS to Simon Ekpa. Ugo, our brother Ugo 247 has been in the right side. He doesn't care.
They are picking her voice to play. I don't know what they want me to say. Okay, now
they are just gossiping because of Ugo did not belong to them and doesn't want to follow them. That is why they are doing everything possible.
No,
Ugo has been in the right side.
Akukaria, my brother. I see Nkiruka insulting Akukaria. I saw Rage and Feel using one word against Akukaria's mother. The word he used against Akukaria's mother is unbelievable. I cannot even say it in a secret. Talk less of in a recorded space. Thank you, my brother. I rest my case.
You are welcome, sir. Thank you very much. Johnson.
Yeah, thank you so much. Gaskiya, our saboteurs, they are seriously distracting us, and the thing is
I think they are the one that is even parading this thing that is happening in our land. These saboteurs, I think they are the one behind all this thing happening. Believe me, they are the ones. Because it seems that they are not even interested on the killing going on. Gosh, the massacre is too much. I thought they say they have men on ground. Where are their men on ground? Are they not fighting back? I have people everywhere. Sorry, go ahead, Justin.
Thank you very much. You see, our deputy prime minister is trying to preach our independent state. Whenever she says so, they will start saying, you are still in exile, you are still in exile. So they are trying to kind of push that narrative of, people should not, accept the independence that have been, redeclared, and will start working on it. So they are just trying to preach to sell their own idea that we are still in exile, and that is very, very painful. That's very, very painful, you know. My God, these people have caused a lot of
They
damage.
are the one that
So,
is, they are the one that is in exile. We are focused and they are not distracting us because the government, all the government cabinet, nobody, if you can work, nobody is shaking. They always focus on their work. They're only distracting themselves. They are just gossiping. They don't know what they are doing. If you go to their space, they are not posting what is happening in the homeland. They are working, all the things they are doing, they're only doing for the paymaster, their paymaster. They want to satisfy their paymaster. That is why they are doing all these things. Understand? And whenever they are doing like that, they want us to be, they want the government to be panicking or bringing what they are planning or what they are hiding to do. They don't know that all this government, all this cabinet, they are learned. They are very intelligent. They know what they are doing. You can't just be making noise on space, calling their name. They don't have anything they are discussing. I thought they said they have money. Then on men on ground, they are crying. And they're asking why is the money our DPM, the government is contributing? Where is the money? Where is their own money? Are they not the one that started the fundraising? That is the question that we are going to be asking them. They don't have anything. They only gossip. They only, once they don't bring you on their own side, they will try to blackmail you to find one thing or the other. But all these things they are just doing is the same pattern with the DOS. That is the same pattern they are doing. Our government is focused. What we need is to support the government, not threatening people or making noise online and saying the government is not doing good or government are not trying. If the government are not trying, why can't you try on your own side? Are you not the government? Government are not the new cabinet. We, all of us, we are government. We should try on our own way. The people on homeland, let them organize themselves, try to protect themselves, not only forming courties, doing that, killing themselves. While the Christopher Musa and the Fulani and some of our governor, those nonsense governor are recruiting people to be killing our people. Ebubagu that have already lost for so many years, they just to face now. Because of what? Because of this, all these competent people, greedy and wicked and evil people. So don't mind that they are not distracting the government. So I don't want us to be using that word. They are distracting. Nobody is distracting because our DPM is not. She is focused. She's not shaking. Understand? The government is very strong. They are doing their own ritual. They are doing their own work. Thank you. Go on.
yeah, thank you very much. You see, to me, it's very clear that these people they don't even need the freedom they have been propagating for so long. Because how can you be like kind of, you need your freedom, when you now declared your independence, and the government make it official, we bring it to the public notice that we are recruiting men to that will serve as military, and you start countering it, start opposing it, saying that this and that and that, start giving unnecessary comments, excuses. So it really shows that they don't even need the freedom. They just want everything, in whether by crook or by chance, they just want everything to just be going in such a blind way. Just like this guy that came up here and started threatening those that are in diaspora, that is even helping the matter. I've shared my true life story here with us here in this X space. What happened? I used to send money for one of my brother down in the east. He should help me in the building that I've laid already as a structure there. So I never knew that the money that I sent, that this guy, I will call him, Alpha, have you done this work? He will tell me yes. So when I travel back, I discovered that this guy did not do anything. But when I call him, he will tell me that he have done it. So where is the money? I never knew that he used my money to go and buy bike, which he used that bike and kill someone. So you see, that's how they roll. When you give, they don't even know how you are managing in where you are to earn your living. The only thing they know is that you are just sending money, and they think you are living large because you are not there with them. They think that you Jesus. See, what this guy just came up here and spew out here, it pains me down to my bone. Like, now but say aka ndị nọ n'iro na emechakwa na aga alọta. Who are you threatening? Who are you threatening? People who have home at heart, trying their best to fix everything, and you are here threatening emecha na aga alọta. Who are you? Who do you think you are? But that's how God works. I used to say it. That's how God works. In fact, people, like, it's not even when we have millions of soldiers before they will do signs and wonders. The real soldiers that God is going to even use might not even be up to that numbers that we all are imagining to have. And things will be happening. So it's not even multitude in this liberation that I am even looking at. I'm just looking at God's army, the real army of God that is going to use to fight this last fight. You understand? So it doesn't matter if you have been into the struggle since the creation of ESN, and you think that this newcomer, how can these newcomers now come and scatter everything? Because that's sometimes the mentalities of some people. Some of them that have once said it, Ngozi that just came, now she want to think, giving unnecessary excuses. This one is just a newcomer. Then you want to just come and take scatter everything or take away everything. Everything we are doing in this life is by grace and also by divine mandate. It doesn't matter that you have been into the system for years. It doesn't matter. When God has blessed you, no man can curse you. When God has given you that wisdom, nobody can replace me in this life. Nobody. Because God just created me that exceptional the way I am. But it pains me when those who you are fighting the same fight now turn back and start fighting you. Instead of you channeling your energy towards your enemy.
Thank you very much. We'll go 247. Let us allow him to say, so that we'll come back to you again. Thank you.
Foolish and stupid our people are. People are dying on daily basis in the hands of the Fulanese, contracted by Nigeria. And somebody will come here to threaten you. Somebody will come here to tell me that the reason why we are dying is because of Simon Ekpa. The reason why we die is because of the Pongozo Rabeze. The reason why we die is because we are demanding for our freedom. I want to ask us a question. If we are speaking and we are being killed to this level, if we don't speak, how do you think the killing will be? How do you think the ethnic cleansing level will be? How do you think the land grabbing policy will be? If we all kept quiet till now, do you think anybody would have been left in our land? That fool that came here to threaten people, remember you will come home. He should also pray to God to be alive in next 1 minute. Because today, in Biafra land, you escape the Fulanese in Anambra, you cannot escape them in Imo. If you escape them in Owerri, you are not sure of escaping them in Abia. If you manage to escape them in Abia, you are not sure you are going to escape them in Olo. This is the life our people are living today. This is the life. It has become normal. We are ready to die at any given point. Our people die anywhere, anytime. Lucky Dube say, before I go to bed, I pray to God to have my soul to keep because I don't know what will happen next. This is a crazy world. You don't have to wait before you go to sleep. Every minute of our lives now in Biafra land, we ask God to keep our soul. While eating, we can die. While going too far, we die. in our offices, even in our homes, we are being massacred. And our people are comfortably sitting down, enjoying their lives in part of the country that is still safe. Our people are so foolish. They think they can run away from this. You can never run away from this. I want also to draw back our memories when all these things were started. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was shouting, "This will only not end up in Kaduna. This will not only, it wasn't Kaduna. I think it was where far north. I think in Madugri, what do you call them? Far north." And the Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was telling us that this is coming to us. These people are not going to stop there. They will come, they will meet us in our lands unless we do something. We have to start preparing to meet them.
Okay, man. Are you still there?
Somebody is meeting me. I don't know who is meeting me. Somebody.
Are you still there?
Somebody is
okay. Go
the microphone. I don't know when the person muted the microphone.
Drake, did you mute anything? Okay, go on.
Drake, I would like you to make me co-host here, please. Give me co-host. Drake, can you hear me? Drake, are you
maybe it's still working. I don't know what happened. You can go on, sir.
I would like to have the co-host.
Okay, maybe he'll come back. He will be around soon.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay, I don't know how long I stopped coming out.
No, just it's not up to a second. Just continue.
Okay.
You were acting from farmers because it started from Boronu.
Okay, Bruno. Yeah, thank you so much. So when all this thing started far north, Bruno, our people were saying, Hausa people, Fulani people are killing each other. I was one of them that argued that this will never come outside north. It will remain there. But when I come to realize that this is not only for the northerners, this is nothing but ethnic cleansing, land grabbing policy, economic strangulation, ethnic cleansing, land grabbing policy. I came to listen to, what is his name, retired General T.Y. Danjuma, crying out that the military have colluded in carrying out this same ethnic cleansing. These are the same people that came to destroy Biafra land. The same T.Y. Danjuma. Go on, and the rest of them, they came to wipe out the same level of ethnic cleansing they brought to Biafra land. They are crying about it today. So like joke, like play, they came down to middle Kaduna. From Kaduna, they came down to lower part of the Kaduna, southern Kaduna. From there, they entered Jos, Plateau, Lantan, Azaria, this, that, Benue, Niger, Ebonyi, Enugu, Anambra, so on and so forth. Imo, Abia, Delta, they have spread everywhere. And yet, our people are not seeing anything in it. Probably, you are in Lagos and they are massacring people in Delta. So it's not your business. These are our people. Mercantilism, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that our brains has been occupied, our mind, our brain, our spirit, our thoughts has been taken over by mercantilism. When they are killing people in Anambra today, the only thing our people will think about, hey, they have killed the person that is selling spaghetti. It's my opportunity to buy spaghetti and make more money. You don't even know that as you are buying that spaghetti, you might be the next one to fall. They kill the person selling the building material. Hey, it's my opportunity. God has done it for me. Finally, I am going to shine. You've forgotten that on your way to that your useless foolish shining, you may be the next person to fall. Because these people, therefore, they kill people any moment, anytime. They don't look at your face. They don't know who you are. They don't care who you are. Look at what have been going on. This killing you see that is going on in Hamufo and Enviro has been happening for like more than 2 weeks now. But this last weekend was the height of it. They went into churches yesterday and massacred everybody in that church. Lord Jesus, where are you people? Why didn't you stop them with your gun? Why didn't they stop? They killed them with their aprons. That Lord Jesus, they tell you, gun, do not penetrate. Time we begin to tell ourselves the truth. There are things that prayer stops. There are things that action stop. Go to Bible, read your Bible. When God sent his children, he gave them sword to kill their enemies. Each time David go to confront his enemy, he did not go with prayer. He prayed at home and go into the battlefield with sword. You cannot pray at home and go into the battlefield with prayer. You go to battlefield with sword. You go to church, you pray. You go home, you pray. When we ask you to defend yourself, you call us terrorists. You join the people that are coming to kill you and take over your land to call us terrorists. You join them to proscribe us. I want you to think and ask yourself, where are those people that are proscribed those terrorists today? Where are they? We know they are not that carry the flag of calling us and proscribing us terrorists. He's today in America with his family, enjoying himself. And the you that is stupid enough to jubilate and gloat over the terrorist proscription, you are the one that is being killed. I must tell you the truth. If they wipe away the whole land of Biafra, I will not be wiped away. My children will never be wiped away. But I get nothing watching my people die for nothing. It bleeds my heart when I see what is going on in Biafra land. Have you not seen them? Go to my wall and watch some of them if you have not seen them. After watching them, you come back and tell me that you are comfortable. Somebody was going to buy, is it bread or what? They caught him. They killed him at close range. The ones they killed and they dragged their bodies, lifeless body in Okada. Just go and watch what they are doing to our people. I want every one of us to know that it will not only end in that Ehamofo community. And I want you to ask yourself, why is it that whenever they come, they target a community, they do not leave that community until they wipe out and take over that community and rename that community? I want you to ask yourself, why have Nigeria terrorist state continuously stopped the foreign journalists from coming to Nigeria to report what is going on? Why? You don't bother to ask yourself. You bother to point accusing fingers. You bother to accuse me of collecting money from God's Orabi. You bother. These fools do not think. They do not reason to their senses. If I would collect money from Dr. Ngozi Orabi, have you asked yourself, why did I refuse the money Ogechukwu was given to me when there was even no problem? Why should I refuse it? If my aim and goal was to collect money, why should I refuse the money being offered to me by those anonymous in 2021? Those of you that were listening to me, I showed you all. I showed you all. Those that followed me in 2021, I showed you the proof, because when I was saying it, nobody believed me. I have to bring up the proof and show you. I was promised up to $3,000 a week. What do? Whatever we ask you to do, go and publish it. I refused. How much do you think Dr. Ngozi Orabi want to give me? Okay, want to be paying me, want to take me and place me on salary. I refused. I challenge him to come out and invite me to come and explain to him how it happened. Have you ever seen him come out to deny he don't pay anybody? I told you the same Okechukwu told me how he placed everybody on salary. Which Adadorama also confirmed when she had a fallout with him. If you are still here and you have not shared this space, if you are here, you have not shared this space, you are worse than a wicked Funane man. I must tell you the truth.
Magigo.
Yeah, I did hear you.
Yes, I'll send to you, please. Help me and bring the Claradine up and the other that I requested, but I can't bring them up. I don't know why.
That is what I'm saying. But let us try and see what the problem is. Let us see what the problem is.
Yeah,
I think
you can bring me down. You can bring me down.
You will always, you have to be shaking. Before you come on space next time, you shake your settings, because I don't know why by now.
Yes, I've seen that. I've checked it.
Yeah.
It's from my end, but I've yeah.
Yeah, you should be shaking very well, because by now your space should be going more than this. Okay. Okay. So, like I was saying before, my people, when we sit, you make Clarity our co-host, please.
All right.
Hold on, I don't know if I can make him co-host. No, it's only you that can make a co-host. So make a co-host. So today, as I was saying, our people are dying, and the same our people are comfortably condemning those that are fighting for them. We are chopping off the fingers that are feeding us. We think this will serve us. We think this will solve the problem. No, we are only increasing the problem. No matter how much you come here and accuse me of collecting money from whoever, it will never save the situation. And let me tell you the truth here. Anybody that is thinking that you have to give money to that military man in Biafra land, you have to give money to army man, you have to Mobutuzo, Holy Ghost and goes to Holy, and the one that is Ross that is not even existing, all of them you have to give them money. I want to ask you a question. Do you need to give the military money to do their duties? No. What you need to give them is the equipment to carry out their responsibilities. And I want to ask again, for instance, we have General Butusa and the rest of them. If they have refused to accept Dr. Ngozi Orabi as the COS, as the DPM, how do you communicate with them? You see, what people don't understand is what happened. We come here, we explained. Our DPM come here, she explained. Every person from the cabinet come here, explained. Nobody want to listen. And there's some people that are just coming to rant at the people that you thought they know what is going on. They come here, they pass negative informations. DPM Dr. Ngozi Orabi, this success you see today ranting with the people, terrorists, Sonia Parawa, terrorists, DPM tried to communicate success. Success say, you cannot, I will not talk to you. DPM sent many people to call him. He said, I don't have to talk to her. She's a woman. I will not communicate a woman. I want Success to know that he is living with a woman. Probably have daughters or daughter. Have a mother, a woman. DPM tried as much as possible to communicate with Butuzo and the rest of them. But because Ogechikunkere, the terrorists, have biased their mind not to listen to Ogechikunkere, not to listen to DPM, Dr. Ngozi Orabeze, that Dr. Ngozi Orabeze is a sellout. That Dr. Ngozi Orabeze have sold Biafra to Nigeria. That Dr. Ngozi Orabeze is trying to kill all of them, and they listen to Ogechikunkere, and they are allowing our people to be massacred on daily basis. And I am asking you now, General Butuzo, Commander Gento, I'm not even involving the one that call himself what is a holy demon, Holy Ghost. Because I don't see him, I don't see him to be a soldier. So I'm asking you, soldiers of Biafra land, are you happy with what is going on in Biafra land today? Why I'm saying this is because anybody you are that will come and rant on the social media how DPM is squandering money, I am going to be doing saga with your name, with you. Let us face the reality. Where on earth, which country have you seen the general, even in Nigeria that is lawless, a lawless, no rule of law country like Nigeria, the Musa that is CDS, Chief of Defense Staff Musa, cannot tell Tinubu, cannot tell Chetima how to run Nigeria government. As lawless as Nigeria is, Musa cannot do that. What Musa needs is equipment to carry out his operation, equipment to continue the ethnic cleansing, massacring, land grabbing of Biafrans. That is what he's doing. He's not interested in who is there, who is not there. Give me whatever I need. Let me go and finish all the Biafrans. That's what he's doing. But what is our people doing today? Ogechikunkere. Ogechikunkere. Ogechikunkere is working for people I can't even tell. I don't even know if he's working for Funani or for whoever. But I want us to ask ourselves, who is Ogechikunkere working for? If Ogechikunkere is genuine, why haven't he come out on the space and give Biafrans time to ask him questions? Let him take questions from Biafrans. He's dodging because he's a wicked, evil man. He's a wicked, worse than these terrorists that are killing our people every day. Just look at what is happening in Ehamufu now. You might think Ehamufu, Ehamufu is far in Ebonyi or Enugu State. I'm in Calabar. I want you to go and ask that.
Using indirect phrase.
I want you to go, please mute yourself. I want you to go and ask Okocha, one of the broadcasters I see, Okocha TV or something like that. Ask him, how many people in Delta State go to farm today? Just go to his comment section and ask him. He will tell you. He is not a Biafran activist. He's just making his own broadcast. But he will tell you the truth, that their people do not go to farm. It's either you get killed or you get raped and they still get killed. And your farm will be destroyed. They are scared of coming out. Yet, you cannot be bold enough to stand with your people. How all the traditional rulers they took away from, what do you call them? The Delta area where they invaded and brought down and leveled down, according to Musa, they leveled them down last year. All the traditional heads they took away, about 4 or 5 of them, they died in the hands of the military, Nigerian military. And you telling me it's a joke? All these people are the people that stand and say, don't kill my people. They have killed all of them so that nobody will speak for you. Finland today continue to detain our prime minister, while Nigeria terrorist state continue to carry out the ethnic cleansing and land grabbing policy against our people, Biafrans. And you don't see, it's not your business. You don't see anything wrong with that. The only thing you see wrong is that Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Is today, I am asking you today as we speak here, who is the terrorist? Is it me? Is it you? Who is the real terrorist? Who is our real enemy today? Who today is the enemy? Who is carrying out this cleansing against our people? I said it earlier. 2022, I was warning us. A time is coming when they will come to your churches and they massacre you. Our people were thinking you will be safe in there. You see all these big churches. They are starting with small churches today. Ask Redeemed Church, how many of their pastors has been massacred in Middle Belt here? Ask Lord Chosen, how many of their pastors has been massacred with their church members? Ask Christ Embassy, ask Catholic, ask Roman Catholic, ask Anglican. All churches have gotten their share. They have gotten their share. Yet, they will tell you, pray, Nigeria will be good. I want to ask you a question. Till when will Nigeria be good and be fine? Till when? Till when? When we are all dead and gone, when we are all wiped away. If you are not moved, if you are not touched by what has happened this weekend alone, I'm not talking of, I've been getting the messages. I communicate with the people in Hamufo directly. They are sending me the messages from the moment the helicopters began to come. And the ugliest part of it is that it's the same Biafrans and Hamufo indigenous person or persons that joined them in that helicopter to point hands and show them where our people are staying. This took place. This happened for several days. After they have monitored and spotted them out, they began to bomb them. For you think it's just this? It's not only killing. They bombed them. They threw bombs and grenades with a helicopter several days. Then people have to run out of their hidings. Then they began to massacre. While the Nigerian military is working with helicopter up, they release their foot soldiers in the name of Fulani terrorist killers to massacre our people, unarmed children, women, and men, innocent, old, and young. Somebody is going to buy bread, you got him, you pick bullet, you gave to him to hold, you shoot him. Somebody is going to buy Gary, you get him, you shoot him, close range, bastard his head, and drag him up on with a motorcycle. Finland, are you watching this? My heart is bleeding. My heart is bleeding. My heart bleeds that I cannot control it anymore. Finland, I wish you people, I know you listen to our spaces. Finland, you should ask yourself, if truly Simon Ekpa, a savior that God has given to us after Massacre has been silenced, if he is truly behind these killers, why are we crying today? If you have been able to arrest or keep or stop the killer, who is then now the killer? Simon Ekpa has done nothing. Finland. Simon Ekpa has done nothing. It's time to let him go. Let him go and save his people. He's only a liberator. Like I said before, if you have not shared this space, if you have not shared this space and you are still here, it will be better for you to leave. It will be better for you to leave us alone. If you are 5 of us that are here that have shared this space, it will be better for 5 of us to remain here than having millions of people that are wicked hypocrites. There's no point of coming here to tell me you support me, you like me, you have not shared this program, and you are here. And you are sharing from what I'm saying. You are crying the same cry, shedding the same tear, bleeding the same way I'm bleeding. Yet, you cannot share this space. You are worse than the people doing all these things against our people. They tell you that Orabi, he said, I've forgotten his name. He killed whoever that nobody have died that accepted to work with the Orabi. Anybody, the commander they told you that died last year before the arrest of our PM. And they only got the post from Shina Sanworu. And I want you to know, all these people, criminal terrorists, Sonny Akbarawa and the rest of them, if they cannot fight against the enemies of Biafra, but fighting against the Biafrans, do you think they are fighting for you? All those Efulefu that is following them, I pity all of you that have left the main dream and focusing on somebody you don't even know. Somebody you don't even know what they are standing for. Have you ever seen Ogechikunkene made a broadcast from his house? Your PM, where do you see him broadcast from? Dodongozo Rabeze, where have you seen him broadcast from? Nnamdi Kanu, where do you see him broadcast from? Do you see him broadcast from car, hotel, on the street? Somebody that is scared of revealing his identity is a criminal. A wicked one at that. And Ogechikunkere has proven that he is worse than a criminal. Somebody you don't even know. Somebody with more than 10 identities. I will hang on here. Clary John, I don't know if you are there. Please, you pick up the microphone.
I think she's not.
That's Miss Drake, please make Clary John the co-host, please.
Thank you, Biafrans. Thank you, Drake. Thank you for all you do for us. We do appreciate it.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.